If I couldn't aggravate Wes, I wouldn't be happy.
Wouldn't be worth it, huh?
Hello.
Is it on?
I guess it is. Yeah. Chris is back with us. Welcome back, Chris. It's good to see you, buddy. I told Madison this morning that I used to be 7 and she didn't believe it. A long time ago. In the beginning, God created Reddick. Reddick was without form and void. The darkness filled Reddick. Then he created Sandy and Johnny. The light was very visible.
All right.
When they walk in, the smile is lights up the place. He's talking about the price of socks. My brother and I were in Houston about 15 years ago, and he needed a pair of socks. We went in one of the stores downtown and walked up to a display of socks. They were $89.95. And he says, I think they get cheaper further back in the store. He said, this is a little too rich for my blood. My 77 years I've been on earth, I've learned that each thing we go through we can learn from, either positive or negative. So I'd like to share a couple things that we learned this week. What was the first? All of you know our good friend, the other Bob in the back there. We affectionately call him Bob Jr. or T-Bob. And anyway, if you know him, you know he's very talented, licensed electrician, good air conditioned man, and he's one of the world's best hedge trimmers. I trimmed the hedges over my house yesterday. It looked like the gardener from Buckingham Palace had been there, and he did a fine job. But anyway, as talented as he is, I taught him something during the hurricane. My generator won't pull the pump and the air conditioner, so I went down to Lowe's and bought a room air conditioner for the living room, so we could stay cool during the time the power was off. And I taught Bob that you can actually install a window air conditioner with a roll of duct tape.
No, I went to his house, I'm telling you, it's in the window, he did it with duct tape. He really did. He did a great job though.
Now, the second thing we learned, we had the very talented Mr. Don Bayless over at our house, and back in the early 70s, gasoline went from 35 cents a gallon to over $1, and then it's increased since. And when gas got over $1 a gallon, it was a commodity worth stealing. So people were siphoning it out of vehicles. So the wisdom of the car manufacturers was to make the car so you couldn't siphon gas out of it. So at the end of the pipe that you pump it in, they put a plate on the end of it so you couldn't get a siphoning hose in there. But me and Don learned how to do it. It's impossible. Now, we can't tell you how, we'll have to charge you for that. But keep it all on Don, he knows that.
I'm selling cheap though.
Anyway, we had a truck full of gas and none in the can, so we had to, and couldn't find it, so we had to get innovative. Rachel and I lived in Orlando for 14 years before we came here, and in 1975 we entered a pretty good sized church there with a large, pretty good sized congregation, a couple hundred, and she and I were youth coordinators for 12 years in this church, and we had about 30, 35 kids that we took care of, and it was a pretty extensive program. If they wanted to bowl, we took them bowling. If they wanted to play golf, we took them golfing. We had a soccer team and a basketball team, track team, and we were all over the place with them. Now the problem is, we got no funds from headquarters. Everything we spent, we had to fundraise. Car washes, candy sales, painting addresses on the curbs, and you name it, we did it, So when we would have to go to a track meet, or a volleyball game or basketball game, we would take grills and sell hamburgers and hot dogs to all the other folks that came. So this one time we went up to Gainesville at University of Florida, and we took our grills, and there was a track meet. These kids were from all over the place. Had quite a few people there, 200 or 300 people, and we were going to set up the grills under the bleachers. Well, there was a bat dung about an inch deep under the bleachers where the bats had been hanging onto the bottom of the bleachers. And there was a bat house, you know, about a 3-story bat dwelling, I guess you call it, just 100 feet away, you know, but they like hanging under there again. So we swept and swept and swept, probably a wheelbarrow full of bat dung. Got it cleaned up so we could set our grills up. And the same thing happened to up at the Church of What's Happening Now in North Magnolia. You know, they had a bat problem up there, you know, and Church of What's Happening Now, there was a church right down from it, and the bats were driving them nuts. They were in the belfry and up in the attic of the church, and that pastor and the pastor of the Church of What's Happening Now got together and we're talking about how do you get rid of these bats. And well, the pastor there, the Reverend Leroy, of What's Happening Now, says, I got rid of my bats. How in the world did you do it? He said, I would be willing to make a great donation to your church if I could find out how to get rid of these bats. He said, well, I tell you, it's as simple as this. I baptized all of them, made them members, and they haven't shown up since.